Finally, the textbook is finished. Here it is. And I wanted to go over today what a minimum crystal surgery kit looks like, because most of you who are interested in a book like this probably have quite a sizable collection of crystals. But this book is also good for all energy healers. It has a lot of information that you cannot get anywhere else. It is a very clearly written, understandable textbook for crystal surgery people, for crystal healers, and also for energy healers. And so I wanted to go over what do you need to begin doing crystal surgery. Now, you can't possibly have all the stones that we have here in the book, and it takes time to collect them, and I certainly don't recommend that you run out and buy a whole bunch of stones without having first seen which ones you're going to need, which ones you're going to use, and developing your style and taste in crystal surgery tools is a little bit different from other forms of crystal healing, and what makes a good crystal surgery tool is a little bit different. So I've been quite careful to make sure that you can do everything that needs to be done with a very basic kit. And I still tell you in some places what to substitute, what to use as a substitution. And so this kit that we see here in front of us will come in at under $350 for everything that you would need to really and truly get going with crystal surgery. So let's go over what all is involved, what all is included, and let's tidy up these post-it notes here to begin with. Crystals like to be tidy and organized, so they have influenced me in that direction. Very good. Okay, to begin with, you definitely do need 2 Diamantinas. Here they are, 2 Diamantinas and 1 Lemurian. And that's going to equip you to do a lot. And then you need a double terminated quartz. This is quite a nice natural one. And you can pick this kind of stone up for $5. There it is. You'll need a pair of Matched Fadens. They don't have to be big. You'll see me using big stones in the demonstrations. That's so you can see them while I'm working. I can use these equally effectively, but you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. And then you do need a Faden with an active point, and that's something that you do use a lot in crystal surgery. And an active point is a point that can do the work. You can see the comparison here between a Faden that's matched and doesn't have an active point and this one that has an active point. That's the difference, the basic difference. The book does explain the active point very clearly in several different places. You need a quartz cluster, and that you can pick up. It doesn't have to be even as elegant as this one. This is a particularly elegant quartz cluster, but you just need multiple points on a stone for doing the sweeping actions, and you will be doing those in every crystal surgery session, so you do want to have a quartz cluster. And then you need a cleansing bowl, and these are easy to obtain. They're little geodes and they are not expensive. Excellent. Moving right along, those are some basics to begin with. And then of course you need a set of chakra stones, and probably you have stones that you can use as chakra stones, but here are some examples. You need a red stone. This is red calcite. You need an orange stone. This is orange calcite. You need a yellow stone. This one is citrine. You need a pink or green stone for the heart chakra, and this is a lovely little circular piece of rose quartz, very pleasing. This is blue agate for the throat chakra. I particularly like azurite on the third eye, but you need a third eye stone. And then this is a little piece of chevron amethyst, tumbled, big tumbled stone, and that's for the crown chakra. And it's a little set like this. On average, these pieces come to $3 to $4 to $5 a piece, and so that's not too much money to spend on a lovely set of chakra stones with good energy. For some other techniques, you do need a rounded end, and a crystal massage wand is the least expensive way to go. This is a labradorite one, and it's $10. Very reasonable and can be used in multiple ways. Lovely point, lovely rounded end, makes an excellent crystal surgery tool. Then, to do the detox work, you do want to have a few pieces of mica, a piece of fuchsite, a hematite included or coated piece of quartz, a pricking wand, which is just a slender crystal that you can prick the energy field with in this way. And you are going to need a garnet, and you can use garnet in any form. I specifically like garnet in matrix for the technique, but you do not have to begin with a piece of garnet in matrix. You can use any garnet. Garnet has the correct vibrational frequency, it has the energy, and you can use a piece from a matched pair of garnets that gives you other opportunities, because these garnets in the matched pair, you place them on the feet and they open the channels between the chakras. Rather fantastic. It's nice to have a piece of shungite. This is a raw piece of shungite, and it has its own natural active point. And what's nice about this is you can use this as a chakra stone too, or place it on the chakra, and it has an active point. So that's rather convenient. A little pyramid of shungite is also a good piece to have in a basic set. Smoky quartz is very important because it's a good stone to use to substitute in many places. So you do want to have a little smoky quartz piece as well. For the anti-inflammatory technique, where you want to begin is you want to make sure that you've got 3 pieces of green fluorite. Those are about $3 a piece. 3 pieces of green calcite. Those run at about $1.50 to $2 a piece. And a little piece of green apophyllite. And this little beauty is just $3. So you can see we can be very economical and still have a lovely kit. And then this is a found object. It's a brooch that I was given, and it has a gold pin. And you do want to get a gold pin, but if you can't, just use a stainless steel needle, sewing needle. That will work too. That is also from the mineral world, stainless steel. How excellent. So I think we've done most of the pieces here, and I know we didn't look at that yet, and we'll come back to it. Let's go over here. We've got some carnelian, and this raw carnelian is very, very powerful and is used a lot in crystal surgery. The dynamics of carnelian. Carnelian is your best connection with the tissue from the etheric dimension. And so it's very important to have carnelian, and that goes together with a tangerine quartz. So that's important in crystal surgery. Rather excellent. And these stones, they can double up in other ways, because you can put them under the hands while you're working, and they're nice to hold. And that's why I would recommend 3 nice pieces of raw carnelian, and they run at about $8 a piece in this kind of look. Of course, they can go up in price when they look more fancy, but I rather like these raw natural pieces. They've got an earthiness. They look like potatoes, which I rather like. But besides that, if you feel them, you go, oh yeah, I can see what she's talking about. Rather fabulous. Very important to have a piece of candle quartz, also known as pineapple quartz. And it's important because candle quartz can fill for many things. Firstly, it has properties of its own. Also, it's a form of celestial quartz, and it's a form of self-healed quartz. So candle quartz is very versatile, and it's a good piece to have in its own right and as a piece that can do substitutions for you. Excellent. Now you do want to have a few tumbled stones, and Tumbled stones qualify as smooth stones, and you'll see smooth stones referred to in the book. It's good to have 2 pieces of sodalite because you can regulate the firing of the brain using sodalite. And so these ones are rather nice, a little indentation, so they fit over here behind the ears very perfectly. They shape themselves to the skull, which is how you use them. And how convenient to have 2 $3 stones that do a phenomenal job of regulating the brain. Amazonite is a very good stone to have, and that would be qualify as a piece of smooth amazonite. And then we use little amazonite chips as well. It's a little Larimar, that's tourmaline in quartz, so tourmalinated quartz, little tumbled stone. This is bloodstone, and of course these are just examples of useful stones that can be used in their tumbled form as well. This is a little piece of seraphinite, and seraphinite of course is running out, the deposit is running out, and seraphinite is phenomenally expensive, but you can still pick up tumbled seraphinite, nice sized smooth stone for working with. This one's moonstone, very important to have moonstone in your kit. And then 1 tumbled piece of aqua aura is a very, very good idea. Aqua aura is used quite a bit in crystal surgery. And that's excellent. And finally on this side we have the white apophyllite. And white apophyllite has a silver white vibration that's different from the quartz vibration and is quite important as a white light tool and used in several different ways in crystal surgery. That leaves only this side over here, and what we have here is great pieces of salt. These are called salt stones, and I do recommend that you get salt stones. Salt is a brilliant conductor and it's a fantastic substitute stone. So if you have only small chakra stones like that, all you do is place salt in between and you get a well-connected, beautiful circuit by adding the salt in. It'd be a bit difficult to put the salt in there. You can add the salt to the crown chakra at that place, and then you have just a wonderful, wonderful connected chakra layout. You can see how that is so much more powerful than it was before, because the salt is a good conductor and it's also amplifying the effect of the stone. Now, that bag of salt, you can get a pound of salt for $20. It is just the best thing to do, and you order it from a spice shop. That's the least expensive way to go. But remember, salt stones, otherwise you're going to get little salt chips for putting in a salt grinder, and that's not what you want at all. The other way you can go for creating this effect, if not with salt, is to get a bag of points, quartz points or quartz pebbles, and to program them. And that's where I want to end, is just to say that one of the things we did with the book was make sure that the stones for each technique are illustrated. So that means that you can actually take your quartz and say, oh, I don't have a green garnet like is displayed in this picture here. And you can take your quartz stone and say, I want you to do the job of this garnet. And you just can program your stone that way. Very convenient, very excellent. Now, it's not the same as having a green garnet, because the quartz will only hold the program while you're holding the intention in that technique. And tomorrow, if you want to do that again, you will have to do that again. Whereas a green garnet would do that again on every day without you even having to say anything or form an intention in your mind. But this is an advantage here, that you can program your quartz by placing it on the stone picture and saying, please, will you behave in the fashion of a green garnet in this technique for me today? And so there's all kinds of ways that you can substitute, you can economize, and the main thing is to practice, find out what it is you need, and that's when you go shopping, after you have found out and after you've realized which kind of tools really and truly appeal to you. There's just one last thing I want to say, and that is that everything you see displayed in our videos, everything that we show you, we do hold in inventory, and you can get that at our website, crystalhealingtechniques.com. You will not be able to just simply order it. You will need to contact me, because I love to match stones and people. I'm a great matchmaker. I love doing it, and I will always honor your request and your pocket. Thank you.